Howdy, this is David. I'm back here with Ryan, and we're working on a run through of Star Traders. In fact, we're working on a couple of run throughs. One is about 20 minutes, and it'll give you a good sense of how the game plays, and the other will be the box right below that, and it will be a complete run through of the game.
And we are now on Kickstarter, so if you like what you see, please consider pledging. Help us make this game a reality. And if you're on Kickstarter, you'll see those little green pledge buttons. Just start clicking away.
That sounds like a good idea. But let's get the game started.
All right.
I've got the yellow stations, and I'll be working this side of the board.
And I have the green stations. Normally I would sit across the board over here, but in order to give you guys a good, better look, we put the camera there. So I'm going to be playing on this side, but I'll start over here when we start.
So I will place first. I place on one of the red star worlds closest to me, and this is close to me. If you notice, Willis has a red star on it. So does Silverberg, Heinlein, Wells, and May.
And since I would normally be over here, I'm going to start on Willis number 14.
And our starting world is also where our trusty starship starts out.
I'm calling mine Excalibur.
Then I will place on, normally everybody gets one station to begin the game, but with a 2 or 3 player game, we go ahead and get 6 stations on the board. So I will place on May. Again, we're placing on the red star world. One of us will go and select one of the core blue star worlds.
I really like being close to my own stations because then with the stations you can jump easier. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Heinlein.
And I'm going to take the last red star world is Silverberg. What this stations do is give us a terminus for any of the green jumps, which are particularly difficult without stations. That's one of the reasons why the reds are so valuable. They each have 2 green jumps coming into them.
All right, so because he picked the last red star world and I have one more station left, I get to wait until after the cargoes are put out to pick one of these blue stations so I can see where the good place is to put my stations. First, we're going to deal out some Trader's Luck cards to each player. We each get 2 to start with.
And I can show you a Trader's Luck card looks like this. Don't tell Ryan, but it's bigger on the inside, which will allow me some extra actions. And if you'll notice, the card actually is 2 cards in one. There's this colored area, there is the white area. The Trader's Luck part of it, the part that I just got dealt, is this right here. It tells me when I can play it and what the effect is. And we'll talk about what the contract is here in just a minute. So I have, it's bigger on the inside, and oh good. I have an avoid a calamity. So if Ryan throws a calamity at me, I can avoid it.
That's what a calamity looks like. And I also have this one, which gives me extra prestige. So that's a nice one to have.
So we also get 10 Starbucks apiece. And we're going to do that in 5s just because the earliest purchases are usually stations, and stations cost 5 Starbucks apiece.
And we're also going to start dealing out our contracts. The first contract is harmonic keels from Scott to Bradbury. And Scott is planet 56. So I'm going to take the from marker and put it at 56, which is right here. And Bradbury is number 22. So I'm going to put the to marker at 22, which is right here. And the payout for that is 15 Starbucks if you deliver it successfully, and 3 prestige. And if someone has a station there, one of these at that location, you would also get what's called the station fee, which would be directly from the bank, would be 7 Starbucks. Also, this is the the VIP contract, which gives you extra prestige, which is 2 plus 2 prestige. So instead of 3 prestige, which would be the normal on this contract, you would get 5.
I'll go ahead and pull the second contract. It is delivering Sheen Spiders from Schmitz, that's number 26, to Silverberg, number 34. So it will be the second contract, so I come over here and get the number 2 arrows, and I am delivering from Schmitz, 26. So I put the number 2 from arrow there, and it's going to Silverberg. It's going to my station, so I'll get the station fee when that one's delivered. And that's contract number 2. It slips right here under the number 2 arrow.
Lucky you.
Yep. And then a little bit more setup, and that is that I can carry 2 cargoes at a time. So I will take my 2 cargo markers and put them here. And every time I pick up a cargo, I will indicate which contract I've grabbed. I get 5 dice, and the 5 dice are how we keep track of actions. You get 5 actions in a turn. So I'm going to put them on my player mat in the unused action box.
So normally you can use an action for various things. One is you can use it to jump from one world to another world. And there's different types of jumps. There's a regular jump, which is you're jumping from a world that you don't have a station at, in which case you have to roll the die roll that is required. So for green lines, you have to roll a 6 or better. For blue lines, you have to roll a 5 or better. For purple lines, you have to roll a 4 or higher. And for red lines, 3 or higher. And then orange lines, you have to roll a 2 or higher.
And in fact, that's indicated on the board here as well. There's the color and the number that you need to roll for a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6.
Also, we have what's called station jumps. So if I'm over here and I want to get back to Wells, I can jump there without having to roll. It still costs an action, but it's a lot easier than trying to roll a 6. And then there's also one other type of jump, which costs an action. It's called a random jump.
It is very complicated. I roll a die, which is a 1. I roll another die, which is a 4. And that means that I have randomly jumped to world 1, 4, which is where you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I had made a random jump, I would have landed exactly where I was.
And if I'd made a random jump, that's where I'd be too. Yeah. The other actions are building a station. If you're at a world that doesn't have a station, you can build a station there. It will cost 5 Starbucks, and you get 1 extra prestige. You can pick up a cargo. So when I get over here before Ryan and arrive at Scott, World 56, I can pick up that cargo by marking it, and that takes an action. The other actions are, well, let us go. So I've picked up that cargo, I've moved here, I want to keep moving over this way, and I roll, and what I roll happens to be a 1. At this point, I have no cargo to pick up. I can't build a station. There's already a station there. There is no jump that can be done on a 1 unless I have some Trader's Luck cards to help me. And so, yeah, I don't have one. And so I'm pretty much sitting there. And when you decide that you can do nothing better but sit there, you may conduct local business and collect 1 Starbuck for that. And it is my turn. I have 5 actions. I roll my first die, and I roll a 2. Now, what I would like to do is to get, as I said, I want to come over here and get that picked up. I can jump across here if I'd rolled a 6. I can jump along the purple line down to Niven if I'd rolled a 4. And then, although it normally requires a 6, since I have a navigation beacon over here at my station, I could make that jump without a roll. It would still cost an action. As it is, I rolled a 2, which will get me here to Longyear or here to Clayton. I could just sit there and collect a Starbuck for conducting local business, or I could start down this way because I do want to be here. If I rolled the 2, I could move here, and then it would just take a 2 to get here. And those are my options. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and use an action to move here with the 2, and that 2 is the first action. I roll again, and this time I get a 5, and now I'm pretty sure what I'm doing. I will move here for my second action, since that requires a 2 or better, and I rolled a 5. For my third action, I don't even roll the die. It's an action, but I get there automatically since it's my station. That's 3 actions. Now I want to roll a 4, since it's a purple line, a 4 or better. I am so good at this game. I rolled a 1. I do conduct local business at that point because there's nothing else for me to do. And I roll again, and I roll another 1. I collect a Starbuck. Oh, that's right. I have, it's bigger on the inside if you all recall. So I'm going to play that. It gets me 1 extra action, so I pick up 1 more die and roll a 5.
So
And I'm there. But it will take an action to pick that up, so I'm going to have to wait till next turn to do that. I draw a card, and I pass the dice to Ryan. And I'm going to roll again and get a 5 to jump here. And
wow.
if I can roll a 4, I get in. It's a 3.
Oh, you have your
I
zap.
have a zap.
Oh, no.
A dimensional gateway at the outer limits warps reality. That 3 becomes a 4, and I make the last jump.
All right. So we move our cargo tokens. That cargo has been delivered. He gets the cargo payout, which is...
I get 15 Starbucks for the delivery. I get 3 prestige, plus 2 because it's the VIP contract. And, oh yeah, I beat you on that, so I get one more. So I get a total of 6 prestige for that run.
So he went from 2 to 8 prestige, leaving me in the dust.
And the next contract is collecting mini drags from Foster, World 32, and delivering them to Biggle, World 62. The payoff will be 10 Starbucks. It'll earn 2 prestige, and the station owner, if there is one, will earn 5 Starbucks. So let's go ahead and get that laid out. So I'm going to petition now. I have a plus 2 on the die.
50 Starbucks.
You want 50 Starbucks. Okay. 20, 40, 50.
All right.
And I have plenty of prestige. I've got the stations. All I need is anything but a 1 or a 2. There's a 1. So I lose 5 prestige. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still in the blue, which is the only saving grace I see here. Thank you very much, sir. I think it is time to be petitioning. I am where I want to be. I have the prestige I want. I have enough money. In fact, I will go ahead and I will conduct local business for my first 4 actions. Pay in 1, get back 5. I will pay 20 for the right to approach the Emperor, and I roll the dice. And I rolled a 6.
Oh, wow.
So the plus 2 gives me an 8. I don't think you can bump that down much at all.
Even if I had a super zap, which would allow me to move it down 2, I can only get him down to 4, and he only needs how many? 3?
I need 3, yep.
Yeah, so I would not have been able to do anything.
So I'm looking for a cargo that has a star. There is no star right there. And this one is. I am delivering fireproof paper from Bradbury, World 22, to May, World 54.
Oh, not too far from... You said 54? So
yep.
Right there, May.
Well...
That's pretty nice for
not
you.
Bad. Where I positioned myself was good.
Mm-hmm.
And those are all my actions. I go ahead and draw a card.
And now I'm trying to get this 5 just so I get closer. Let's see if that works. Come on. 5.
Oh.
All right.
I feel my chances at victory slipping steadily away.
All right. So now I need to roll 4 better. I do have 2 dice, so that means I have 2 chances to win. Let's try this. A 3. It is not enough to make it all the way there, but I can go to Moon.
Oh, this feels so very, very wasteful. That 3?
Uh-huh.
I have a super zap. The fireflies are shiny and you are filled with serenity. You rolled a 1.
That turns it into a 1, which means I can't do anything. So
would you like a Starbucks?
Sure. Local business it is.
I really wanted that for my own Imperial mission.
Oh, I'm sure you did. All right, so I still have 1 dice left. If I roll a 4, unless you have another zap. A 4! Yeah. All right. Do you have another zap?
I have a code breaker. Can I play a code breaker on you?
You can.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You have become the new Star Czar. Until the next time we go.